host of the Gridiron.
Welcome to the Gridiron, baby! If you can give this video a thumbs up or maybe share this video, that would be absolutely freaking phenomenal. If you subscribe to my channel, thank you. If not, please go down below, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon. That way next time I go live or if I put a video out, you'll be notified. And it's free of charge. It's totally free of charge. What do you got to lose, right? But if you are subscribed to my channel, thank you. If you want to help support my channel out, in the description box below, I believe my very top link takes you to my membership page. I got 3 different membership levels. Each one has their own little perks to them. So once again, if you want to help support my channel out, it would mean so much to me. And I thank you in advance. Thank you. And finally, just underneath that, there's another link. It takes you to my Facebook group. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. We have over 9,500 members in the group. It's doing simply marvelous, might I add. Basically, if I'm alive and breathing and if I got internet access, I'm putting stuff in this group darn near 365. It's called the New York Giants, the Gridiron. It's my Facebook group. Please join it. You will not be dissatisfied, I promise. Well, at least on the eastern kind of coast, I guess, Merry Christmas, because it's 1 o'clock in the morning here in southern New Jersey. I guess if you're still in California, I forgot who it was. Somebody said they were, who was watching the show one time. I think they said they were in Hawaii. So I mean, obviously, if you're in California or Hawaii, it's not quite Christmas yet, but it's Christmas Eve, soon to be Christmas. So Merry Christmas to all. Or shall I say, maybe also happy holidays, because not everybody celebrates Christmas. So whatever you celebrate, happy holidays. Hopefully your holidays are much better than the New York Giants season is going. Let me tell you that much. But apparently everything came back. Good old Drew Lock here, Mr. Pick Six. So it looks like he's going to get the start against the Colts this upcoming. Obviously, this is, we're going to go a little more in depth and detail about obviously each game as the weeks go on, this week and next week. But these are, obviously these are 2 huge games coming up for the New York Football Giants. Now, obviously ain't telling nobody nothing. If we lose them both, boom, we're guaranteed number 1. You don't know, a lot of things you don't know. Obviously, I'm going to be talking about, some of the possibilities, a little bit later in our program here, as far as what might happen all and everything. But there's 2 huge games. This one here is huge, possibly also for the Colts, because I think they're still fighting for their playoff lives. Let's see. Let me see here. Hold on. I had a thing here. I pulled up the NFL playoff picture. The Ravens and the Hunt. They're on the bubble. Current. They'll have a 20% chance. These teams would be on the outside looking in if season ended today. So the Colts actually right now are number 8. So they're on the outside looking in. But if they win, they still have a 20% chance of winning. Okay, this is that's very important, that playoff picture for both these final 2 games. Very important. So the Colts apparently they need to win, and they need help. But this is a big game for the Colts. So will the Giants pull off a win? And once again, you never know what's going to happen. If I said this before, if all the bad things that's happened against the Giants this season, and there's been a lot of bad things, right? If one game, whatever, things just go the Giants' favor, anything can happen. All these tip balls and stuff like that, which way are they going? against the Giants, right? The only one we've had that's gone into Giants' favor is Isaiah Simmons jumping over and blocking the ball. Right, Bryce Ford Wheat picking up, running back for a touchdown. But see, I also look at that too. Is that kind of cancels stuff out a little bit, because in that one game, that canceled out the 102-yard fumble recovery return. If Eric Gray just holds on to the freaking football, we score a touchdown there, and that game's almost over. I mean, so. But, all that aside, almost anything that's gone on this season has gone against the New York Football Giants. So if one time, something goes in the Giants' favor, it could be, the Colts are not a, well, let's see. Let's see here. 2, 4. They certainly put up some points. That is for sure. They're 7-8. It's not a phenomenal division they're in, the AFC South. They're 7-8. The Texans are clearly the better team there. The Colts, let's see what they got. Points for. They average 21 points a game. Points against it. They give up 24 points a game. Okay, so they give up a lot of points, but they do score points. The problem is for the Giants is the Giants don't score any points. So, but that's why they play the games, right? But as of right now, Mr. Pick Six, Drew Lock, obviously his throwing shoulder. He, I guess, he came up after the game was over. He was sore and all of that. So they go and take him an MRI, and apparently everything was fine. So at least we're not changing quarterbacks once again. Drew Lock will be back in there again. So, but there is other, obviously, some injury news, and of course, unfortunately, the Giants had to wind up putting somebody else on the IR. Shocking, I know. It wouldn't be a season of Giants football if they didn't have to put somebody on season-ending IR every week. So what we got here? Giants injury update: Drew Lock on track, and Micah McFadden and more. The Giants are holding a rare Tuesday practice before their Sunday game against the Colts. Well, it's because, everybody's off on Christmas. Except, also keep in mind, too, don't forget, there's 2 games on tomorrow. You got these rare Wednesday games, and the 2 really good games, really, really good games. You got the Steelers and the Chiefs, and then you got the Ravens and the Texans. So I think one's at 1 and one's at 4:30. Something. It's kind of odd, though. Both they're all don't matter to me, but they're all AFC teams. Sometimes you figure you get like a couple NFC teams and a couple of AFC teams, whatever, but it is what it is. But looks like it could be 2 really, really good teams, because I think the Steelers are at home against the Chiefs, and then you got, I think the Ravens are on the road against the Texans. So those are, really, really big games, So, Brian Daboll said that quarterback Drew Lock, who underwent an MRI on his throwing shoulder Monday, is on track to play Sunday when the Giants host the Colts in the regular season finale in their home. It says here, when the Giants host the Colts in their regular season finale. I guess they mean their home regular season finale, not the season finale for the season, because the Giants still have another game to play. So I'm not exactly sure here. But Locke is coming off a rough outing. Shocking. Last week against the Falcons, in which he went 22 out of 39 for 210 yards, but also threw 2 pick sixes that directly gave him 14 points. And then he had the fumble, right? And shortly after that, the Falcons scored another touchdown. So, but you take all, you got to, obviously turnovers are huge. As I said, 14 points directly off of the two interceptions. Let's see. Daboll said that Locke stays with Locke to maintain some continuity in the cadence and rhythm of the rest of the offense. I mean, hopefully the Giants don't come up with like another double-digit penalty performance either. In other Giants injury news, inside linebacker Micah McFadden was among several Giant players not slated to practice on Tuesday due to injuries. McFadden has 107 tackles this season, 60 solo, suffered a burner in Sunday's loss, and his status for Sunday is unclear. Others not slated to practice on Tuesday, including Tyrone Tracy, John Michael Schmitz. Daboll said that they both aggravated existing ankle injuries, so they're just going to give him some time off. Schmitz is in a walking boot, which is not a promising sign for his availability on Sunday. Aaron Stinney is also still in the concussion protocol. If nothing changes with these two players, look for Austin Schlotman, however you want to pronounce it, whose 21-day window is ongoing, to be activated this week to provide interior offensive line depth. Receiver Malik Neighbors with a groin and a hip, cornerback Greg Stroman with a shoulder and a shin, cornerback Drew Phillips with a shoulder, defensive lineman Corey Durden were also held out of Tuesday's practice with their respective injuries. Finally, defensive back, unfortunately, Raheem Lane, whom the Giants signed to their 53-man roster last week, reportedly suffered a torn meniscus in last week's game and will finish the 2024 season on injured reserve. Lane is in his first season back this year following a torn Achilles he suffered in 2023 as a member of the Chargers. He appeared in 2 games with the Giants and finished with 3 tackles, all solo, all of which came against the Falcons last week. Giants are practicing Tuesday, but will be off on Wednesday, obviously, for Christmas. They do not have to file an injury report until Wednesday, since their game is on Sunday. So there was a picture too. I think, yeah, here it is, right? Raheem Lane exchanged jerseys on Sunday with Michael Penix Jr., a college teammate at Indiana. So they got pictures holding each other's jerseys up. So Lane's got Penix's jersey and Penix got Lane's jersey. So they're both. So Drew is another report here. What's up, buddy? What's going on, Betty? Drew Lock appears set to start for the Giants in Week 17. Raheem Lane headed to IR because it wouldn't be right if the Giants got through a week without someone having a season-ending injury. Yep, absolutely. It is amazing. Absolutely amazing. It is unbelievable. Drew Lock should be healthy and ready to start Sunday for the Giants when they face the Colts in their home finale of the 2024 season. Head coach Brian Daboll said on Tuesday, Lock had gone for an MRI on his throwing shoulder after the loss to the Falcons. Lock being ready to go means that Tommy DeVito will be the number 2 quarterback and Tim Boyle will be the emergency 3rd-string quarterback. Linebacker, obviously, Micah McFadden. I went over all this there. This is how things have gone for the Giants in 2024. Safety Raheem Lane, who's just signed to the 53-man roster, will report he finished the season on IR. It's unbelievable. It really is. I just shake my head. It's like you have all these aspirations and this, that, and all that other stuff and all. But see, the one thing is you don't know. You just don't know. Are you going to be allowed? I mean, the Giants were never going to the Super Bowl this season anyway. Period. But if things shook out right for them and this, that, and the other thing, they could have certainly won, a lot more than 2 games. But you just don't know if you are allowed to win the games. It doesn't matter. You can, and it really is such a shame for the any organization that this affects, right? Because you go through all the preparation and this and the draft and the free agency and all the training and all that stuff. You don't know if you are allowed to, right? Meaning with the injuries. You get decimated by injuries. It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter who you have. You're not going anywhere. Doesn't matter. You know, I mean, you don't certainly won't run onto the field, right? Okay, let's get injured, so our season's over. But it's simply amazing, absolutely amazing. I mean, how some teams are allowed to, continue their season and have Super Bowl hopes and all that, and other teams are just not. I mean, it's simply amazing. It's like I don't know what the football gods upset. Nah, we're gonna wipe this team out this year. Everything you're doing, go yourself. You ain't winning the Super Bowl, brother. You're not even having a winning season. We're gonna make sure every week we decimate half your roster. That team over there, yeah, we're gonna let them give them a shot this year. Yeah, we're gonna let them. They won't get anybody injured this year. It is absolutely amazing. And it's an ongoing thing with the Giants every year. Every year. I mean, there's just some teams, some teams obviously fluctuate up and down and all of that, but there's also some teams like the Giants who just like every year. Far too often get just riddled with injuries. I mean, the Giants didn't even have a chance this year. It didn't matter wouldn't have mattered even if they had Saquon. Wouldn't matter if they had Daniel Jones. It's just all these injuries. It's just unbelievable. As I said, I understand injuries happen to all teams, of course. Yeah. But it's just amazing how, some teams are just totally riddled with injuries. I mean, the one thing would be with the Detroit Lions this year. To me, they're the best team in the NFC. They may not be allowed to go to a Super Bowl because their defense is totally decimated by injuries. Totally. Now, they gave up 17 points, I think it was, to the Bears this past week. They, as of right now, they're still putting up some points. They're still scoring some points. So that's what will hopefully give them a chance to go forward. But if they don't, if somewhere along the line they lose out in the playoffs or something, it quite possibly might be due to their defense, possibly, because their defense is totally decimated, right? As I said, other teams, allowed to stay relatively healthy, and other teams are just totally decimated. So, it's a shame because, I mean, you got maybe the best team in the NFC, and they can score up some points, but it's just, I said, once again, they may not be allowed to because they're I mean, if you saw the Thanksgiving game, I brought this up multiple times. If you saw the Thanksgiving game against the Bears, right, it looked like every other play on defense, somebody for the Lions, and they were injured going into that game. Their line, their defense, and Aiden Hutchinson's out, right? Oh, yeah, but it was like almost every other play when the Bears were on offense. Because the Bears were on offense a lot in that second half. They came back and they almost won that game. I mean, that was a crazy game. Crazy, I tell you. But you look especially a lot in that second half because the Bears had the ball a lot and they kept coming back. It seemed like almost every other play was another Lion defensive player just limping off the field. It was amazing. Then you go to other teams. Right, other teams that have good records and all that stuff and everything, and they just go through the game, and you're like, I don't remember anybody on that team getting injured. I don't remember seeing anybody limping, or I don't remember seeing anybody sneezing on the sideline for that team. It's amazing how they were allowed to go through that whole game and stay healthy. Wow, and this other team's not allowed to stay healthy. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. But we got Drew Lock. All right, will be starting quarterback for the Giants. Obviously, I can understand that. Want to keep the rhythm going. So be interesting to see also as we're going to talk who the quarterback will be for the Giants in Week 18. Lock started against the Falcons this past week. However, there was some uncertainty about his status this week after undergoing an MRI on his throwing shoulder on Monday, but according to Giants team site, the MRI revealed no damage. So, since the Giants benched and eventually moved on from Daniel Jones, there's been quite a bit of instability at the quarterback position, which included a 3-week stretch in November where a different quarterback started each game. However, with Locke under center this week, there will be the fourth time in 5 games that he's gotten the start. He's missed one start, came 2 weeks ago against Baltimore when he was out with a heel injury. On the season, Locke has appeared in 5 games, made 3 starts. He's completed 53% of his passes and his throws at just 4.8 yards per attempt, which is pathetic, with 1 touchdown and 4 interceptions. Obviously, of course, the Giants' offense won through Sunday's game against the Colts, averaging just 14.3 points per game, the lowest mark in the NFL. So, I mean, it's just, but, it's why you play the games. Anything's possible, right? So, but it is just simply amazing. I mean, and I know the report, so I forgot who it was, asked Drew Lock when they were in the locker room, I think it was, what he thought of Eli's start. That he started, 210 games or so in a row, and he didn't miss any games due to injury. It was always coach's decision, right? Ben McAdoo, right, pulled him out for Geno Smith, and then Shermer pulled him out for Daniel Jones. Didn't miss a start due to injury. I mean, we can't even get guys to play a whole game without needing MRIs and walking boots and this, that, and he played I think it was 210 games in a row. Wow, that's simply amazing.